We pray for better days.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Schoenstatt. So today we're here with Father Bryan. He's our parish priest, and he's going to give us a little introduction about the shrine. And yeah, Father, over to you.
Very good. Thank you very much, Nevin and Diana. Nigel, could you just bring me that little booklet that's there? Thank you very much. Thank you. We've been looking at our shrine, and one of the helpful things is that there is a guided tour to the shrine, and this tells us an awful lot, and you're very welcome to collect such a guided tour if ever you're here visiting the shrine. Thank you, Nigel. You know, it was in 1914, a group of young students gathered with Father Kearsley, who was their spiritual director, that they started in a shrine just like this one. We've actually built this one as a replica, as a copy of that original shrine. In the meantime, in the whole world, there's more than 200, there might be even 300 shrines in all the different continents and in many different countries of the world. The idea of the shrine actually revealed itself through the experience of these young students and Father Kearsley. So it's not as if he sat down at a table and wrote a plan, this is what we're going to do, build shrines and do this. And no, he was relating his experience with these young men. And he found something very special. He was looking for a way to help these young students to grow in their character and grow in their faith. It was very changing times. And therefore he said very early on, we have to have help with our formation, with the education of each one of us, that we become people who live our faith. And so for him it was clear, and he said right at the beginning, under the protection of Mary, we want to learn together to become firm, free, priestly characters. Now he embarked on a journey with these young students. He and they were on, if you like, an adventure. And each step of the way revealed to them something of God's plan. And so it came about that slowly he could say, actually, our experience tells us that Our Lady took us seriously when we asked on that fateful day, the 18th of October 1914, if she would come and take up her residence here, if she would make this place her Marian Tabor, showing the miracle of Mary in our modern world. And it was only with time that they could then make the experience and be confirmed in their faith. Mary really wants to be here. The shrine, more and more, was clear, became a holy place, a place of grace. And it became the home of those young students, and from them, so many generations after them. At the time, Father Kearsley said, Our Lady will draw youthful hearts here. Our Lady is the one who will touch the hearts of those who want to strive to become saints in our everyday world. Our Lady will give them here their home, their spiritual home. And so afterwards Father Kearsley could say, our experience tells us that one of the first graces of this place, the first graces of the shrine, is the grace of being at home, to be at home in the heart of God. The second grace, which they too experienced in that first generation, and they were the generation who went through the whole time of the First World War, commonly called the Great War. They experience Our Lady can change our hearts, Our Lady can change our outlook, can change the way we look at the world so that we see God in our world. She transforms all that happens in our life so that we can see God in our life, the hand of God in our journey together. And lastly, their experience and the experience of that first generation was very much the one where they recognised through their attachment to the shrine, to Our Lady in a covenant of love, they themselves grew to become missionary disciples of the covenant of love. They wanted to reach out, as they said in those first generations, we want to reach out to win the world for Christ. And in so doing, we want to gain that world for Christ. And so the shrine, and with time, the network of shrines, all the different shrines in the world, came together to win the world for Christ. So our shrine is a place of grace, a place of pilgrimage, our spiritual home. So with time, we'll look at all the different elements of our shrine and find out more as we go along. Thank you. Father Kearsley, when he described it, he says, Mary is the one who bears Christ and who carries Christ into our world and wants that Christ should come alive, should be born again in the hearts of each one of us. We say it's a holy place. What does that mean when we say it's a holy place? When we look at our sanctuary lamp, we see it has many special symbols. We are pilgrims. We make our way to holiness, to where God is.
Let's go.